This 34-year-old, 800-pound man spends all his time eating and playing video games. Let's take a look at his daily routine. I'll just eat until I'm dead, probably. That is already a super sad title, so let's get into this.
I would just eat until I'm dead, probably. A normal day for me is wake up around 12, figure out something I'm gonna eat immediately, TV, video games, bed. I just sitting there naked, free as can be, and no one bothers me, door shut, we're good.
So just from the intro, this guy's sitting on his bed without clothes on, playing video games. It's not off to a great start. Let's see what else he gets up to.
I'm just safe, and video games are where I escape. I'm accepted in all those virtual reality worlds and the gaming world I'm in. No one sees me. No one sees me. That is my outside. That is my world that I can be the Casey I want to be, but not be judged on my weight.
So from the sounds of it, it looks like he wants to change his life around. He's saying video games are his escape. He's able to live his life in the game the way he wants to live in the real world. It sounds like he wants to change, which is the first step in changing. I mean, if he was content with living this way, then he would live this way until he died, which is probably going to be pretty soon if he continued to live that way. So it is good that he wants to make a change, because that's the first step in making anything happen.
I never would have thought at 34 I'd be living with my father and I'd have no job, have no real money, and just be playing video games all day and eating.
So this guy is 34 years old and doesn't have a job, lives with his dad, and just plays video games all day. I think being an adult and living with your parents is all right in some cases, but I mean, you have to be doing something with your life. I moved out pretty shortly after I turned 18, so I didn't really live with my parents at all after I was an adult. But I know that if I did, they would want me to be doing something with my life, and if I was just sitting around doing nothing all day, they would probably kick me out. They probably wouldn't let me stay at their house if I was, you know, in my 20s and not doing anything. Sounds like this guy's father that he lives with is an enabler, so that's really sad to see.
I've always been a big kid. Out of high school, I was probably 300 something pounds. But then I got out of school, got a couple of jobs at a couple of restaurants. I ate at them. I was probably around 500 pounds then, and it was just getting too difficult to work, so I quit my job. My mom said, to live in this house, you have to have a job. So she kicked me out, and the only place I had left to go was my father's. So I went there. Basically, his one thing that made me happy was food.
So it sounds like he did have a job at one point, and he worked in a place that had really good food. Having that access to most likely free and delicious food, I mean, it's obviously tempting, and he got so big to the point where he couldn't even work anymore, which is just so sad to hear. And his mom, like I was saying, his mom kicked him out because she didn't want him living there. So he went to live with his dad, who by the sounds of it didn't have a problem with him living with him and living like this. Let's see what the dad thinks about all this.
Casey, I got your food.
Okay.
All right. They got the drinks. I don't know which one's tea, which one's Dr. Pepper. You have to look in and see. He'll tell me what to get him, and I come right back a lot of times and say, Casey, that's too much food. But I'll get it for him and bring it to the house and put it right in front of him. He's my son. I love him. I love to make him happy, you know, and food's got a lot to do with his happiness, but he's like an addict about food.
So just hearing the dad talk a little bit about it, he's 100% an enabler. I understand he has a lot of love for his son, but if he truly loved his son, he wouldn't enable behavior like this, because I mean, if he continues to live like this, he's gonna die very, very shortly, which is really unfortunate. So if he truly loved his son, he would put a stop to this. It's a really difficult situation. You know, I'm not putting any blame on the dad. You know, it's just a really rough place to be in. The dad definitely has a say in it, because I mean, he's not going out and getting the food. He can't get in a car. He can't go out and get food. So the dad is not helping this problem.
You did not get your right order.
Are you kidding me?
No, you didn't, because if you ordered yourself a meal, it's not in here.
Well, whatever.
Here you go. There's your lunch. I don't want to call him an enabler, but I mean, sometimes that's really the way, like, it seems that it is. I'm not buying the groceries. I'm not buying the frozen pizzas. I'm not buying the chicken wings. There's someone facilitating the food coming in, and it's not me.
So this guy, his name's Casey. He sounds super self-aware, which I'm pretty surprised about. I mean, this guy knows what's going on. He knows his father's an enabler. He knows he doesn't want to live like this anymore. I'm really hoping that the story has a good end to it. I'm hoping that this guy can, you know, turn his life around, because this isn't a way to live. And you can see he's not happy. He's just fallen into the trap of, you know, it's easy to sit around and play video games and eat all day. But when you think about it, living that heavy, doing day-to-day like things, like just basic human things, it becomes really difficult. So when you think about it, is it really easy? I feel like there's a really good lesson to be learned here. A lot of the times doing something that you don't want to do is going to pay off in the end and make your life easier in the future. Call it delayed gratification. I've been working on that a lot. I'm trying to tell myself, if I do this difficult thing now, I won't have to worry about it in the future, or I'll set myself up for success in the future. It's a really good lesson to learn from this guy. Yeah, let's keep watching.
Food is so much more a part of me than I want it to be. I mean, it's killing me, but like, it's like a drug. You don't even notice it. Now, there are moments afterwards where like I've ate so much where I feel sick. Okay. But I don't mind overeating and just going and throwing up in the bathroom. No big deal. It's all coming back out. It didn't affect me. If I could just eat, not gain weight, would be fantastic. But do I want to be fat forever? No.
It's crazy how everyone's so different. I've been attempting to bulk for the past like 2.5 years, and eating for me is so difficult. I spend most of my life, most of my days, you know, cramming food in, trying to get in my calories for the day. Right now I'm on 3,300 calories a day, which doesn't seem like a crazy amount, but even that is a lot for me to get in, you know, any more than 1,000 calories per meal. And that's a lot of food for me. So this guy being able to eat thousands of calories of food just in one sitting, and it's just no problem. I mean, I'm only a few pounds lighter than this guy, but still, it's just crazy how everyone's so different. Some people can eat way too much, some people can't eat at all.
So I bathe outside this trough currently because I cannot physically bathe in a sit-down bathtub or stand-up shower area.
Wow, so you see what I was saying earlier, doing day-to-day tasks like bathing. I mean, when you're this big, I mean, he literally has a trough outside that he has to bathe in because he can't fit in a bathtub, he can't fit in a shower. I mean, even if he could fit in those things, he can't reach himself to wash. I mean, you see how big his arms are compared to his body. He can't reach around his body. I'm not trying to make fun of this guy, but I mean, it's sad to see that he has to go outside and wash himself in a trough like this. I mean, that should be a huge wake-up call, not being able to do these basic, like, human tasks. Hopefully having to do stuff like this is his wake-up call, and he's able to turn his life around.
Because I'm a bigger guy with, like, folds and flaps, and I have to move around, like, almost like a pig in a way, and wallow and roll over to get, like, the back of my leg. I have to lift up literal, like, pieces of skin. It's just a super difficult process. There's 2 times when I've been kind of stuck in the shower and I couldn't get up. I sat in there for like 9 hours, just couldn't get up. And I can't ask my dad to get me up.
He got stuck in the shower for 9 hours. He should have just called his stepbro to come help him.
Oh my God, step bro, I'm stuck.
It gets old, and I get tired of it, and he should be more active, but he's not. He's just there. He's just there. And I wait on him hand and foot, and I shouldn't do it, but I do. I love him to death. He's my son, and I feel obligated to wait on him. I shouldn't feel that way. I wished I didn't. I shouldn't, but I do.
The dad is also self-aware. The dad knows he shouldn't be waiting on his son like this. He's enabling all of this, and you know, I hope he's able to realize that to truly love his son, he's gonna have to help him get out of the situation.
Me and my dad's relationship is it's kind of touch and go. Like sometimes we'll have great moments together, and then recently in these past like years, there's a lot of like negativity and anger and frustration. But now I'm at a size to where I need him to help me do things that just no parent wants to be doing when you're in your 30s or whatever.
Just pour it on my head.
On your head?
Yeah.
All right. Check it out, make sure.
Yeah, just pour it on my head.
All right.
Slowly. And my back. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the way he's talking to his dad. I mean, his dad is literally the reason he's alive. Yeah, the way he talks to his dad when all he's trying to do is help. Right here, he's trying to bathe him and he's just kind of barking at him, snapping at him. Pretty disrespectful. Obviously, I don't know the relationship, but just by the sounds of it, doesn't sound very healthy. And now it could be exaggerated for the show. It's a TLC episode, so obviously, some of it could be scripted or exaggerated.
Wiping just my ass, because I mean, I can't reach everything on my back and I can't reach everything below me, so it's whatever.
Be careful on that hardwood floor when you go in there, because you might slip. You hear me? Be careful, son. All right?
Yeah.
I want him to have a normal life, and that's not normal. No, things can't go on the way they're going right now.
So that's the end of this video right here. This one was uploaded 5 years ago. So if you guys want a part 2 of a more updated version of where he's at now, how he's doing today, let me know in the comments. I will make that happen for you guys. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Peace out.